All right, this one's a bit different. It's a story my granddad told me when I was young, and he said his granddad told it to him the same way, and I thought I'd share it with you too. This is his story. My name was Thomas Graham. I was 19 when I first marched through the gates of Edinburgh Castle, back in the late 1800s. The place felt colder than anywhere I'd ever been. Stone walls, wet air, and that constant smell of smoke drifting through the yard. I'd only just joined the garrison and wanted to make a strong start, so I kept my head down and did everything by the book. On my first morning, they sent me out alone to patrol the old stone bridge by the south wall. It was a quiet, misty morning, softening the view of the city below. When I reached the far end, I saw another soldier standing there, rifle on his back, looking out over the city. I remember feeling slightly relieved. It was good not to be completely alone on my first patrol. I gave him a quick nod as I passed. He nodded back, but didn't say a word. There was something about him I couldn't quite place. His stance, maybe, or his uniform, which looked a touch out of date. But I didn't think much of it. I just carried on. The next few days settled into a routine. Drills, long hours, and the usual complaints from the lads. I kept my head down and got on with it. But every now and then, my thoughts drifted back to that old bridge. Something about the quiet up there. The view of the city in the early light. I found myself quietly hoping I'd be sent there again. A few mornings later, I was posted to the bridge again. The rain had cleared overnight, and there was a pale bit of blue in the sky for once. The air was cold and crisp, and there he was, the same soldier, standing in the exact same spot, looking out over the city. I felt a bit bolder this time, so as I walked up, I called out to him. "Fine morning for standing watch," I said. He turned his head slightly, just enough for me to see his face. He looked young, only a little older than me. Then he spoke in a low, flat voice. "Orders to hold until the captain gives word. Reinforcements by noon." I hadn't heard anything about reinforcements that morning, or any orders from a captain, so I gave a small laugh, said, "Very good then," and went on for the rest of the patrol. A couple of weeks went by, and by the time they posted me to the bridge again, winter was starting to set in. It was a gloomy, cold, rainy morning. The sky was only just beginning to lighten, but it was still dark enough that the city below glowed faintly with oil lamps. As I started across the bridge, I found myself almost looking forward to seeing the young soldier. I thought maybe today I'd finally learn the lad's name, share a few words to pass the dreary morning. And sure enough, there he was, in the exact same spot as before. But as I got closer, I noticed something. He wasn't standing quite like he had been before. His head was bowed slightly, and I could hear him murmuring to himself. So quiet, I wasn't sure at first if it was the wind. I slowed a little as I passed him. That's when I saw it. A tear running down his cheek, cutting straight through the rain on his face. I hesitated, suddenly unsure whether to speak to him at all. And in that moment, I caught what he was saying, his voice weak, as if he'd already given up. "They won't come. Not in time." I didn't know what he meant, but a chill ran straight through me. I didn't stop. I just walked on, pretending I hadn't heard a thing. Later that morning, I was in the mess hall with a cup of tea, trying to warm myself up. The place was busy enough, lads talking, boots drying by the fire, but my mind kept drifting back to the young soldier on the bridge. I glanced around the room, taking in all the familiar faces I saw every day. And that's when it struck me. I'd never seen him here. Not once, out of all the patrols, drills, and meals. I'd only ever seen that lad on the bridge. And without really thinking about it, I brought him up. "Funny thing, there's this lad always standing watch up by the old bridge," I said. "Never says much, and I don't think I've ever seen him down here with the rest of us." Across the table, an older sergeant set his cup down slowly and said, "What bridge?" I replied with, "The old one by the south wall. I've seen him there every time I've been posted." There was a long pause before the sergeant spoke again. He told me I shouldn't be seeing anyone out there, that the bridge shifted in the spring rains, and how it's been closed off for months. No one's posted there anymore. A cold shiver went through me. I couldn't think of a single word to say. I was moved to other duties soon after, and I never saw the young soldier again after that. But every now and then, on cold, rainy mornings, I'd catch myself looking out the window toward the bridge. Some part of me still expected to see him there, standing there in the rain, keeping his lonely watch, waiting for a war that had ended long time ago. So, that's how the story was told to me. Not really a frightening one, more of a sad one, I suppose. And every winter, for some reason, this story comes back to me, and I'd wonder if he's still out there.